Hey everyone, Roger here, talking to people in the pandemic. So I want to talk about you this time. I've been talking a lot about me and the company and what we can do for people, but I want to talk more about people. So I've been noticing the pandemic's been going on for a long time, and I've been noticing that there's a lot of depression going on. As a matter of fact, I think we're all experiencing a COVID depression, that we're all experiencing some level of depressed behavior because we're not used to this. We're not used to the relentlessness of this pandemic, of how it's changed our lives, how we have to behave differently. So I want to talk about a story. What I've been noticing in my life around this COVID depression is that in the last couple months, especially like since Christmas, January and February, I've been finding it's harder and harder to stay engaged with the people in my life, and that it's easier and easier to become engaged with this thing. Um, First of all, let's start by saying there's lots of great things and there's lots of problems. There are blessings and curses that come along with this, supercomputer, communicator, soon to be a replicator in our pockets, right? Like this thing gives us blessings clearly, and it gives us curses clearly. So one of the curses is that I've been noticing that I'm on it way more than I am interacting with my family. I'm sitting downstairs in the kitchen at the island, lots of stuff is happening and I'm on my phone, reading social media. I'm on my phone playing a game. I'm on my phone doing some work, sort of. But really what I am is I'm engaging here externally from my physical environment, and I'm leaving my physical environment, to its own devices. That's okay. That's great part of the time, but it's really not good for much of the time. We want to make sure that in this period of COVID depression, where it's harder and harder for us, I think, to be happier and happier, we need to remember that this, while it's amazing to provide all sorts of engagement, and it is wonderful for providing certain types of engagement, it is a block when it comes to engaging with the people around you. So we have to really manage our behavior to our phones as we're moving forward during COVID, and clearly not just during COVID. This is, I believe, one of the big challenges for our generation, for like the generations that are alive right now. We are having to learn how to interact with something that is on us, that we have access to at any time. And once we open it up, there is unending worlds of interest and value and entertainment. How do we manage keeping this at bay while we also honor the physical environment around us, the people, the relationships that are actually populated around us. Let me tell you a story. So yesterday I've gone to a park. I made a choice. I'm, finished some work early, and I went with my spouse and my two youngest kids to a park. We're wearing masks and we're socially distant, and luckily, not luckily, but the other people at the park are as well. Otherwise we would go to a different part of that park because we take this seriously. So anyway, I go there and I start to do what I normally do, and I stop myself. I realize I've got my phone out. I'm standing around with the other parents, either sort of looking at our kids having fun or on phones or talking to each other. And I'm like, what I'm not doing is I'm not playing with my kid. I believe in the power of play. I have a talk called The Power, the Purpose, and the Profit of Play. I've got posters right there on my door, two of them that say play, so that when I leave the office, I see them. Like, I believe in play. I go around and I talk to people about play, and they after my talks have tears in their eyes and come up. So many people after my talk, The Power of Play, have come up and with tears in their eyes told me how their lives are going to be different now. Play is that powerful. Play is so powerful, and yet here I am interacting with my phone at the park, not playing with my kids. My kids are playing, they're having a great time. So I put my phone into my pocket, I put it away from my eyes, I keep it away from my fingers, and I start to play with my kids. And so an hour goes by where I'm playing on slides and monkey bars and climbing, and we're going on the beach and exploring and finding things, and we're playing with bulrushes and having fights with swords, and I'm doing it with my kids. I've left all of my problems off to the side to stew in their own juices, so that when I return to them, maybe I have better ideas. Because taking a break to play is powerful. Taking a break to play when you have all sorts of things weighing you down is a sign of intelligence. It's a sign of being smart. It's a sign of opening up yourself to a eureka moment. This is the power of play. And so finally, I, who talk about it all the time, took my phone, which was at this point interrupting my ability to play, and I put it away and I played with my kids. And when I came back to my life, I was stronger. I'm taller. I'm standing more grounded. I'm laughing more. I have a stronger relationship with the people in my life. I'm looking at Jenny, my spouse, and laughing and talking. I'm looking at my kids and we are connected. That is the power that we need to fight back against COVID depression and COVID culture, which is all about disconnection, it seems, and disengagement. We need engagement and play to fight back against what we have in our face 24/7. So if you're not taking the time to put down the things that you have to do, put down the things that are intriguing to you, and instead pick up some of the things that might feel hard, your relationships with the people closest to you, but that are massively rewarding when you put play into that mix. Okay, so this is me, Roger Haskett, talking to people in a pandemic and encouraging you all to recognize that we are all going through mental health issues because of COVID and because of life and because we're human. And one of the ways that we fight back is with play and engagement. They are not little silly things that kids are supposed to do. They are at the core, at the absolute core of what it means to be a human, is to be able to play and get away from what's going on so that you can return to what you have to do with more power. That is the power of play. Talking to people in a pandemic. I hope this helps.